Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, Brandon, back again with Critical Failure, and we're taking a step back from the Monster Manual real quick, and we are going to do another 5 homebrew ideas. Had I had my other phone, I would have had some stuff to use off of that, but I ended up only having one thing, which I don't think I have covered so far. So if it's accidentally one that I've covered, please forgive me. Just let me know down in the comment section below. But I got 5 homebrew ideas. They took me like a little bit to figure out. So kind of forgive me if they seem a little bit, a little bit weird or bland. I'm trying to come up with them without watching other people's videos and directly stealing it. So I'm actually genuinely, while I am doing nothing or doing something unimportant, thinking of ideas off the top of my head that can be used. So if there is anything, that is the same as another video, it's completely coincidental. I have not watched any other people's videos to get stuff like that. So I plan on writing a script for my Why You Should Play series. I still have to do the Blood Hunter. I'm going to do the core class of the Blood Hunter, and then probably the archetypes underneath that. Not archetypes, the subclasses underneath that, which it only has 4 confirmed, so it's going to be real annoying getting to like stuff like the Cleric, the Paladin, where there's so many. So we'll get into it. But I'm just going to go ahead and read the ideas for you guys, alright? Number 1, I like to personally add some different elements from older editions. One thing is like chances, like not necessarily chances, but like percentile chances. So your ability to do something has like, say, a 75% chance, so you have to roll it like a d100, and then if it rolls above 75, then you can do it, or something like that. Like it just completely is determined by your DM. I like adding stuff like that. I think that was 3rd edition or 3.5, I'm not 100% sure. I also like adding some 4th edition elements like Frenzy, I think it's called Blood Frenzy, I'm not sure. Frenzied and the minion system. I really like the minion system because you're basically making it a hack and slash. Like you have several enemies and they all have 1 HP and you're just mowing through them. Now you could of course say it's like a lot of lower level enemies compared to when you're higher level, and they have the same amount of hit die and the same amount of health, and you can just use their base damage. So say your character rolls a minimum of like 15 at all times, you know, you're hitting a goblin which I think has 13, you're just going to end up just slaying it. But why not just have several enemies and they all have 1 HP? You can accomplish the same exact thing. And I was adding a bleeding effect. Basically, this is also going to be like resisted by a shit ton of creatures because it's so standard. I don't see it possible. Well, it could be resistant or not really immune because, I mean, it's bleeding. You're going to be bleeding profusely. The only way I could see that is if you had like some sort of thing that could coagulate its blood. So that can be like a feature that certain creatures can have, to where it's called coagulation. It doesn't take bleeding damage. It's immune to bleeding damage, you know. So I think that's a really cool thing. Should totally be implemented in 6th edition when that drops. Totally take that idea, Wizards of the Coast, or whoever the fuck makes editions now. God damn it, hold on. I accidentally locked myself out of the phone. Number 2, create or mod spells to adapt to a PC style. So I guess you could say I took basically Hold Person, and I wanted to basically make it like a blood related thing. So I more or less just made its own spell, into which I could have just ran Hold Person as a different thing and just called it a different name, and it would have been the exact same thing. And Ed's the one that told me about it. But try to alter a spell to benefit from that. Like, given the example that I'm a Blood Hunter playing Lucarius, you know, try to alter it to where it fits with the because fluff text isn't the same as mechanical text. So hold person, it says blah blah blah, the save DC, all that type of stuff. The save DC is all that really matters. The mechanical text matters. The fluff text doesn't really matter. Yes, that's important, but you can just say that, you can alter it and say that it's a different method. It's not that hard, and it's probably not going to be game breaking. So that's one thing that I said, because not everyone's going to have spells the exact same way. So I figured, you know, it would be really neat to have a different take on it. This one I have done. Create monsters so you can have players guessing and wondering what the hell it's from. I made the Kiten, I forgot what it's called, a while back, in which it had 3 different forms. It had a flesh form, it had a stone form, and then it had a bone form. The bone form would have been its strongest, and it was, in my opinion, a really cool boss. It was going to be created by demons and devils. Basically, it was going to be started from the demons, and the devils are going to make the best form of it, being the bone form. But just kind of depends on how you want to run that. If you want the stats on that, go to my video on the Kiten. I really enjoyed it. I never got to run it, sadly. I ended up ending that campaign relatively quickly after I introduced it, not because of anything major. I just ended up not playing it anymore. It was just really sad. It was a decent campaign, had a good couple things. I used maps for the first time in that campaign. That was also when I used the aboleth for the first time, and it got obliterated in like 5 turns. So if any of you older subscribers remember, Pat was that character was in that game. So if you don't know who Pat is, watch a lot of my older videos, probably the story times. Pat is referenced a lot. Number 4. This is dealing with long rests and short rests. Utilize nightmares, diseases, and interruptions in rests to give remarkable roleplay elements, such as hindrances and not necessarily disabilities, but disadvantages and stuff like that on rolls from after the rest has been taken. I really remember a awesome time when I was playing as Kylan Va. I was attacked by some drow hunters. Excuse me. And it was really cool. Excuse me, sorry about that. It was really cool because that was the first time I've ever experienced something like that while playing. And it's not the first time I've ever played a drow at that point. But it was really fucking cool because it was showing how the drow really took care of their own. You're a trader. If you go to the top side, you want to live amongst the mortals up there, like the elves, the dwarves, all that, because you know the drow really hate the surface dwellers. So I thought it was really cool at the fact that that happened. So, like I said, use some sort of interruption. Use what you have available. Diseases can be used to really hinder people. Like I think it was Ed who gave Prescott's character eye rot or whatever it was. Basically, he had disadvantage on perception checks dealing with sight, and he had disadvantage on certain attack rolls at a range, if I'm correct. So I thought that was really cool. That's using diseases to your advantage. Something that's not really heavily used in Dungeons & Dragons, in my opinion. I don't see it very often. Now, that might be just because I don't watch a lot of different YouTubers on that factor, but, I mean, if you see a decent game group that uses diseases in 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons, please, by all means, send me a link, either at my Instagram or email me, or just put it in the comment section below. I will go look it up. I will watch it. If you can get me a specific section of the video to where it shows it, then that would be more beneficial, so I can see it. And number 5, use magic items that are practically useless, other than being just standard weapons, and give them to your players, and don't let them know what they do. It makes me think of the Wand of Smiles, which basically all it does is just make you have a uncontrollable smile for 1d4 hours, if I'm correct. Basically create magic weapons like that. Just hilarious off the cuff things. One of them I had was basically it gave disadvantage on charisma checks. All it was called the Robes of Flatulence. It was some really stupid shit that I was making at the time, but I found it funny. I mean, who wouldn't? But make stuff like that, you know? It's your game that you're running as a DM. Do stuff like that. Or if you're a player character, you know, and you want a DM, or if you are trying to have more fun at the table, talk to your DM. Have them watch this video or this series. Like, definitely do stuff like that. It's real fun when you are able to have fun with the game. So definitely create magic weapons that basically have no purpose other than to do certain things, and make them attunable. So they have to be attuned to do it, and then waste an attunement slot. Now, at first, when you get your first weapon, you're gonna be like, oh, cool, it's a dagger of, I don't know, I don't have anything. Quick feet. It just makes your feet look like you're running really fast. That'd be really hilarious, but it makes me think of the Roadrunner thing. But, you know, you're not wasting an attunement slot if you don't have any other magic weapons. Why not? It'd be really funny to do it, but it's just up to you on how you want to run that. So that's the 5 that I have. Thank you guys for watching. If you have made it this far into the video, please like and subscribe as I bring you more D&D content in the future. Like I said, the uploading is going to be different from now on. I still got to do the Aboleth encounters, which I have on my other phone, so I'm probably not going to do that till later tonight. I still got to write for it, so it's going to be regretfully a little different than what it's supposed to be, because I might write it on the phone I'm recording with, and then I will have to send it to that phone, so it's going to be on 2 different locations on the phone, which is going to hinder a video a little bit, unless I just write it down over on that phone where I have it the first time, which is going to be more time consuming. So either later video or just couple seconds longer in terms of video. So I'll probably just end up taking the second option. Please comment down below if you got any homebrew ideas you would like to have me say here on the channel that I have yet to state. I know if you look at any of the comments recently on the trolls, Kyler Black has a really cool one that he said. So I said I was going to make a video on that specifically with Ed. So that one's going to be a really cool homebrew idea you should use, in my opinion. But yeah, hit the bell notification button so you guys can be alerted whenever we make more D&D content for you. We're still nearing that 50 subscriber count. We are at 45 right now as I'm making this video. Whether it goes up or down, I'm not sure. But we are at 45 subscribers. We're 5 away, guys. Let's get 5 more by, let's say, the end of July. That would be really fucking cool. We can try and make that mark, so we can at least try to hit 60 by the end of the year, you know. That would be really cool. Let's just keep upping the ante and try to get these views in and get these subscribers. Show your friends, you know, all that jazz. We want to be a decent channel, one that's not overloading everyone with, you know, screaming and trying to make it look like I'm trying to sell people stuff, which I'm not trying to do. I just want to give you lore, I want to give you stats, I want to give you a good time. You know, if you need a quick reference, go to my creature videos. They're just going to be purely stats and the lore from the books from now on. And then in a separate video, we're going to be doing encounters and stuff like that. And then we're going to be doing a deep dive, which will be the entire history and lore throughout every edition on a specific creature once I can get my laptop up and running, because that is the biggest issue. I want to run those videos a lot like AJ Pickett, where he does their lore videos, but if I have to do a face on camera, I guess I will. I don't want to. That one's just going to be long ass videos. I got to do the Aura Kokra here soon once I can find the USB drive. But anyway, I'm just babbling. But that's a little bit of a look into what we're trying to do. I still got to do a why you should play video for the Blood Hunter. Got to write for that, so I got a lot on my plate. And I still got the Kobold Press monster manual to go through, so got a lot of videos to really look forward to for you guys. So thank you guys for watching. Like I said, please leave a like and subscription. so we can hit 50 subscribers. We're not sure what miniatures we're going to get yet, but I am sure that we will be getting them here soon once we hit 50, like I said. So thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next video.